It's time for T, where we're teaching, empowering, and applying. I'm Nasara.
And I'm Dakota.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome.
Today's topic is procrastination.
Ooh, so today we're going to be talking about what it means to procrastinate, why we procrastinate, and how you can stop procrastinating. So that's our teaching, empowering, and applying for today. All right, do you want to get into the definition that you have for procrastination?
Okay, so I have the action of delaying or postponing something.
Okay, and I have slow or late about doing something that should be done. Mm-hmm. So the basics of what it means to procrastinate.
Correct.
All right. So what do you have about procrastination?
Well, one of the things that I was looking at as I was researching is I feel that procrastination, one of the things the reasons we procrastinate is due to fear.
Okay.
That's just, just reviewing everything and reading everything. I think fear is the number one.
Scientists have linked procrastination to fear for some people. Not all. But it definitely is true for some, that fear holds us back.
I also have that people are afraid of failing at tasks that they need to complete. So the fear of failing a task is what caused people to procrastinate.
And just not do it at all.
And not do it at all. Or they'll do it, but if it's a timeline, they'll wait until that timeline, that date, to sort of convince themselves that they have to do it. But they'll drag it out.
I asked if procrastination was the same as laziness because I remember with laziness, people would wait until the last minute to do things.
Yes.
And that was because the brain acts better when it has like a deadline. Like the brain would
like
jump
into
kind
of a thing?
Yeah. When the deadline was there, the brain would say, "Okay, now we have to do it."
And
let's do it.
people thrive off of that.
I
have
off of a
people
deadline.
I don't. I have people that thrive off of
last minute.
Like they get into gear and they knock things out, and that's just for me. That's stressful. Like I like to already been done, and then it's no longer on my mind.
Like, I can have a 16-page paper and finish it in like the last 2 days, and I've had like a month and a half to do it. But I don't know. And I've always been. One of the things that I focused on when I was reviewing procrastination was the energy aspect of it, because we were built for survival. And we live in a day and age now where some of us do still have to worry about survival, me in particular. But
there's some. So
some do, but we also worry about not only surviving, but we worry about the future and being successful and being more than what we are now. When back in, the day, heyday, we were literally just worrying about day to day, getting food,
surviving
clothes,
this
sleep.
second.
Exactly. What we were going to hunt, what we were going to plant. And now we live in this capitalism, this capitalist society where money is everything, and we're constantly going to get things and trying to be better than the next or better than we were last year. And it puts this kind of pressure on us. So, the procrastination is fighting against your natural, innate, who we are as people. We're not meant to run and, go after different things. We're kind of meant to be happy, chill individuals, but we live in a society
and being satisfied with the bare, with the bare essentials. Essentials.
Yeah, if you think of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, there was literally everything they needed there. They weren't like, oh, I need to be successful. They were successful in the matter of it. God made them already successful, as we are in ourselves, but in the society we live in, it's not such. We have to gain success. And then also it deals with a lot of what people think it is. So you might procrastinate because what you're going after isn't necessarily what you want. It's what everyone wants for you or what you deem you should have, but it isn't what you want. So,
so that desire is not really there to motivate. That's like work. It's like, what I procrastinated with things that I disliked. Disliked. Yeah. Like little documentations and emails, or even doing certain applications for people that, was tedious for me. I would procrastinate because I hate it.
That's the classic kind of procrastination.
Hated it. And normally I'm a go-getter. I knock things out, but there are things that it just I don't like.
And that's why I link procrastination directly to like motivation. So it's like if you're procrastinating, then you're just clearly not motivated enough. And I found
this. And I saw something like that.
I found this formula from Pierre Steele, which is motivation equals expectancy times value over impulsiveness times delay. Mm-hmm. So, and that goes back to the mind being built for survival. Mm-hmm. So usually you have an impulse to do something. And we know, if you listen to the podcast, we talked about, if you don't act on that impulse, it'll disappear. Yep. So that impulse times delay, if that's stronger than your expectancy times value, which is what you're expecting from doing the thing, and the reward you're expecting to get, if it's not higher than that impulse desire and that delay that you have, then you're not going to do it. You're going to procrastinate every time, and that's linked to motivation. You know, so if you really don't feel like doing it, if you think it'll be good and worth your time, but you just can't get going, it's because you're not motivated enough, and you might have to change what you're telling yourself about doing that thing. You know, and that comes from fear too. That impulsiveness is definitely delayed by fear. Mm-hmm. So if it's something like, hey, I want to be better or work on this business idea or something like that, but you just never get around to doing it, change what you're saying to yourself. Hey, my future depends on me working on this business idea. Hey, I'll be so successful if I work on this business idea. Because what we're doing is we're telling ourselves what we expect to come out of it, the reward we're going to get. We're taking away the delay and impulsiveness because we're amplifying the I guess I want to say the urgency. Amplify your urgency of the situation, and then that can help you, you know, really get over the procrastination. You have something?
No, I just have, you know, that was good, because one of the things I had read was research also suggests that procrastination is closely linked to mood. Sorry, guys. Mm-hmm. So some of it is motivation or lack thereof, but some of it is mood.
Well, if you're
depressed, if you're down, if you're not feeling good, if you're sick, you know, you don't have motivation. Mm-hmm. Your top priority is dealing with whatever it is that's going on at that time.
Mm-hmm. Surviving, yeah.
You know, and then, so that's one of the reasons mood plays a factor in it also.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense, because if you're built to survive, you know, if you're and everything around you isn't going well, then your body's going to want to shut down and reserve that energy. Mm-hmm. You don't have extra energy to put into anything else. So I would also say, looking at this now, it might be great to get, you know, a foundation. So if you're procrastinating a lot, maybe your foundation isn't set up to where you can succeed yet, to where you can be successful and be your best self. So maybe you kind of need to
step back and look at the bigger full picture.
Right. Yeah, elevate yourself and look over and from the full view and see, what am I missing?
Is it motivation? Is it that I'm not feeling good? Is it that I'm just going through a funky time? Maybe I'm not happy at work. Am I lazy?
Yeah.
Am I dealing with psychological issues like depression, ADHD, triggers, those types of things? So there's it could be a lot of different factors, and you have to sit back and look at what is causing this procrastination.
I would say for me, a lot of times when I am procrastinating, the thing that gets me to stop procrastinating is to quite literally just do it. Quite literally just, you know what, you don't feel like it, that's fine. And because sometimes I'll be like, I don't feel like it, I'll do it later. I probably won't feel like it later. So you literally just have to make yourself do it. Whatever that thing is, just do it. If it's a big project, break it down into smaller parts.
That's one of the things. That's one of the action. That's right.
Yeah, one of our actions. Break it down into smaller parts.
Because that's important. People have to realize, we say this with a lot of our topics that we've had, but it's really important to know. Sometimes we get overwhelmed because we want to, you know, eat that whole elephant, where we have to just literally eat it one chunk at a time. We can't just knock it out in one slew, because certain things you have to break it down for you to even be able to consume and go for it and accomplish that.
Yeah, and I know maybe sometimes people they do step out and do things, and then they get not the results like we talked about with expectancy times value. You might not have gotten what you expected, so you've kind of went back into yourself, recluse. Yeah, you went back into yourself, and now you're in this state of procrastination because you don't believe, it'll go well for you. You don't believe it's worth it.
You lost your faith in yourself.
So, and that's tied to motivation too, and your self-worth. And that's another thing. Like, if you're procrastinating, what is it that you're procrastinating on, and what will this thing do for you? What will it do for you? Because if you really, really value yourself, and if you think that this is something that's going to do something, whether it's taking me to the next level, elevating my life, starting my business,
or keeping my job,
what is it that you have to do to do that thing? You have to do it. You can't procrastinate, and you can, but people procrastinate their whole lives.
Yes,
and that's the thing with life coaching. You talk to people about dreams and what they want to do and who they want to be, and you'll talk to these people and they'll tell you, "Well, I've always wanted for years to do something," and it's just a matter of they just didn't think they could do it.
They lack that self-worth.
Yeah, that self-worth, that drive, and you just kind of tell them like, "Hey, you can do this, and not only can you do it, you're going to start. Yeah. You're going to start today. You're going to start tomorrow, one step at a time."
Yeah. One foot in front of the other.
And I don't want to skip to apply, but something good that I heard was take the stairs. So we live in an escalator kind of society where we want microwave. That's what they call
microwave generation.
Microwave generation. We want everything fast. We want everything right in front of us. And so I can understand why we procrastinate, because, our brains love rewards. They love dopamines. It loves to feel good. And work is not fun. Hard work is not good. Hard work takes discipline. And discipline goes against anything fun. Discipline is like the answer to stop procrastinating. It's literally just be disciplined and do things anyway. But, like, looking at that, I can understand, why people struggle with it, because it's not fun. So I get it, but you genuinely just have to do it anyway. You have to be on top of it. Yeah, so, yeah, and I didn't want to skip ahead, but the stairs, so, like, instead of taking the escalator, take the stairs. So, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, it takes discipline. It won't be easy. It won't be fast. But just take the stairs one step at a time. Like we said, break those tasks down one step at a time. Whatever it is. It could be working out. If you want to work out and lose weight, take the stairs. Take it a day at a time. Today I'm going to work out for 5 minutes because that's all I have the energy to do. Tomorrow I'll do 10. The next day I'll do more. Do it like that. So, because initially when we're going into things, you think, I'm going to do this, and you think of your end goal, and your brain is like, oh, heck no.
Yeah, it will say,
heck no. How are we going to be here, and you want us to go there, and no,
that.
It's not, it doesn't work that. Yeah, and your brain knows what's real and what's not. It knows the unrealistic process, and it will shut it down. It will shut it down. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make dollars, and your brain is like, I'd rather take a nap. I'd rather eat. I'd rather take a nap. I'd rather sleep.
Preserve my energy.
Yes, I'm surviving. I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to live till tomorrow, and you trying to end me today. Yeah. So your body will tell you that's a lot of work, and we don't want to do that.
Nah.
So you might be in the cycle of procrastination because you might have overloaded yourself with a lot of work. And you're just turned off by it. Your brain is like, this is ghetto. I don't ever want to do that again. So you might have overloaded yourself. And that's why it's important to be careful. Our brains are the sweetest little softest babies in the whole entire world. They just want to be loved. They want to be protected. It wants to have fun. It's like Barbie. Girls just want to have fun. Okay. Everything wants to be colorful and cotton candy in there. And we can help it be that way if we set small goals. If we don't bombard ourselves with our expectations of being successful, if we do things that align with who we are and not with what everybody wants us to be, so you align yourself, value yourself, find your self-worth, and then work on things that work for you. And that'll help with procrastination because you're not doing things that go against your character.
All right, see?
You're not doing things that'll automatically drain your energy because it's something that you don't agree with or want to do. You're not doing things for other people because that's an immediate energy drain. If you're doing things for the world and not getting any type of reciprocity, you're going to find yourself down in the dumps quite constantly. And you'll wonder why. I don't have any energy to do things I want to do. It's because you already exerted yourself.
Doing something for someone else or doing something to please others.
So makes sense. Pay attention to your energy and where it's going, because it's definitely, your brain wants to survive, but we want it to thrive. So let's help it do that. Let's overcome procrastination that way by being gentle with ourselves. You got something else?
No, just as the actions.
Okay, so we can go into the action part.
Okay, so let's say number 1, address what is triggering the procrastination. That's something we talked about. What's causing your procrastination? Is it boredom? Like is it...
This is whack.
Is it incompetency? Is it because I don't understand?
Yes.
Is it you lack motivation? I just don't want. I don't like this. Okay. Find accountability. Find someone that can help you be held accountable.
And that's like a life coach.
Yes.
Or a friend. Yeah, or your mom.
Yeah. Someone that could be like, let's go, let's do this.
And I will say, learn your personality type too. Because have you done one of those personality tests?
I can't remember. I probably did.
You did. It's like INFJ or whatever. Yeah. But it'll let you know if you're the type of person who needs accountability. Like, are you a team person or are you a solo person? Because like we said before, you work on your own very well. I don't. I need someone to come, talk to me and be with me and be in the area
and be your cheerleader.
Yeah, I love that. That's how I work the best, when I'm partnered with someone. So know who you are and your personality type. If you're the type who's really introverted, then maybe you won't want an accountability partner or somebody to check in on you. You don't want to even talk to anybody. So find your
set something up on the phone that just reminds you every few days
to do
blah blah blah. Like a self reminder.
Yes.
A self reminder.
You can do that. Yeah, you can do it right on Google. Alexa, tell her to do what you need her to do, and you can have it reoccurring.
Yep, that's hot. Yeah. I just thought about that. I'm like, ooh, yes.
That's a good one.
Forgive and trust yourself. So research shows that people who forgave themselves for procrastinating in the past have a lower chance of procrastinating in the future. So forgive yourself. We do some jacked up stuff. We delay some things, but forgive ourselves, because there's sometimes some general reasons why we do that. And sometimes we don't even know why we do it. So forgive yourself for your shortcoming and move forward. Okay? Yeah. Be nice to yourself.
Yeah, that's like what I said. Somebody might procrastinate once and they never go back to it again because, or they might have done it and then it was just too hard. So they don't go back, And
some people, this is just part of who they are.
The procrastinator?
Yeah.
Well, we said that laziness is in your DNA.
Yeah, but they didn't state that procrastination is in your DNA. Actually,
I think laziness and
it's not even a mental health diagnosis.
Hand in hand. Laziness isn't mental health, is it?
No,
I think they're hand in hand. If you're a procrastinator, then you're probably lazy. I'm lazy and I'm a procrastinator. So this comes from me to you guys, from one to another. Yeah. I'm probably lazy and a procrastinator. You're not motivated. Mental health issues.
All that. Okay, start small. Like she said, start small. Getting started, with whatever you're trying, your goal, start small. Don't eat the whole elephant. Chunk it one step at a time. Like you said, the stair steps. So your goal, start small.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Break down the steps.
And right here I have worked with a life coach or a therapist.
That's like an accountability.
Yeah, accountability. If it's chronic, because there is something called chronic procrastination. If it's chronic procrastination, then I would suggest you go to an actual therapist for that. But if it's just motivation that you need, then life coach. We can hoorah and call you up and be like, get off your butt and let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
And I would say if you are procrastinating, then you're probably like better than a lot of people, because you realize that there's stuff that you want to do that you're just not doing. And a lot of people don't
have goals.
You have goals, you're just not doing them. So you're already like better than a lot of people.
You wrote the thing down.
Yeah, look at you. You're like 3 steps ahead of the rest. So good for you. Like, you know what you want to do. You're just not doing it. And clarity and like that vision is like the first step. So that's what I'm saying. You're almost there. It's just you have to do it. And
just jump.
Yeah, just do it. And it's not easy. I'm not going to say, you just have to do it. Like, yeah, it's simple.
You're like, how do I start?
No, it's so hard. And that's why you have to. That's why help was on there twice.
My anxiety. Yeah.
Find accountability, find a coach or a therapist. Help is on there twice because it's not easy to get yourself up and running.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Even cars can't start themselves. Well, they do now. You still have to press a button. But, everything needs help to get started and to get up and running. It's just the way of life. So it's not easy, and I won't even pretend it is. One of the things I have is be deliberate. So if you are like, I'm procrastinating and I want to get this thing done, be deliberate. Whether that is surrounding yourself with people who are already doing the things that you want to do, so that way when you come around these people, you're automatically doing what you want to do. Whether that is going to school so you don't have the incompetent problem and you're knowledgeable about what you want to do. Whatever it is, be deliberate in setting yourself up for success. A lot of times we are looking for success. When I think of someone who's procrastinating, they're looking for some type of success in some area. And like I said, we're not built for that. So it's hard. You're going against everything you're wired to do. So it's not easy, but you can do it. We see people do it all the time. You just have to get up and you have to start step by step, okay? That's good. You have anything else for procrastination?
No, that's it.
All right, guys, that's it for procrastination. Once again, if you're slow or late about doing something that should be done, it's procrastination. We had it linked to mood, a lack of motivation. What was the formula again? Pierce Steele formula is motivation equals expectancy times value over impulsiveness times delay. So once you feel that impulse to do something, do it.
Just do it.
Don't delay because it'll destroy everything you're trying to do. Think about the rewards. Think about what you're expecting out of this thing. Think about your self-worth and how much greater you'll be once you finally get it accomplished. And let's go, guys. All right. See you later on Time for Tea.